Today we have Joyita Goswami with us, who is a Reiki specialist. And Joyita has been conducting a lot of healing sessions, and we understand that she has recently done a camp for lessening the pain of cancer patients. So, you know what she does and how it happens, and more importantly, how Joyita got into Reiki. To understand all this, let's straight away start talking to Joyita. Welcome to the show, Joyita.
Thank you for having me here. I was always very much attracted by the fact that the body can heal itself. When we used to play and I used to get hurt, and sometimes we never used to tell our parents that we've got hurt because we knew that we'll get one tight slap. But the body used to heal. The small cut used to heal. I have seen minds healing, and I wanted to know how it happens. And beautifully, I found a book on the table in where I was working. It was on Reiki, and beautifully, how things fell in place. Probably I was destined to be in this field. I got very good spiritual gurus, my Reiki grandmasters, who had taught me, who had handheld me. And this is a journey for the last 23 years.
And Reiki, how to describe it? Is it an art? Is it science? Is it a mythology? Because you said religion.
It is not a religion. It is simple science, though, there is always this science does not totally validate it, but we don't need validation. We just need faith. We need to see the results in our own eyes. So Reiki is basically a Japanese term. Rei means universal.
Okay.
Ki means life force energy, or as in simple terms in India, we call Pran Shakti, the Pran which flows through our body. So a Reiki practitioner is able to harness this energy, the universal energy from the universe into the place, the person, the illness, or the situation which requires healing.
Is it something close to pranic heal that we hear about in India?
So pranic healing is also another modality. So we have various modalities like pranic healing, Reiki, others. So they are like different paths leading to the same place. It is all, everything works for the healing of the body, mind, and soul.
So you say you draw energy from a source. So what is this source? Is it visible? Can you feel it? How does it happen?
So, in science, we say, there's something called light. There is a higher energy up there. And some people like to call it God. For people who do not believe in God, it is there. There is an energy. And, if you rub your palms together, you will feel that there is energy. Yes, there is an energy. You will feel that friction. There's a kind of a ball, an invisible ball. So we just draw into this energy with our mind power. So once I'm a Reiki channel, I'm attuned to Reiki with the certain protocols that we have. We just draw into that energy and it channelizes it. So basically when I'm just a medium, and if I have to heal you, so the energy will flow through my crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, and through my palms, it will come to you. So sitting here where I am, I can send it across time and space to a person or a situation which needs healing.
So does it happen physically? Does it require physical presence? For instance, I require Reiki healing.
It does not. I have clients. No. I have clients across the world. So I heal them at my own time zone. We are in different time zones. We are in different places because energy always travels through time and space.
Suppose, there are lots of non-believers. Of course, non-believer is also believer. There are non-believers who might come to you and say, what energy, what God you're talking about. If there is a clash, if they don't believe in it, if they don't pay attention to you, does the healing happen?
See, first and foremost, I don't give energy to non-believers. I just pray to God or a higher power for divine wisdom. The energy will always work, even for a non-believer, when my intention is pure, when my intention is honest. But if the other person is not ready to accept that energy, they do not wish to progress in their soul's journey, soul's evolution, then it will not work. And so I may be getting up. So I am a very weird person. I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. So 4:30 a.m. I do my healings. So probably for many people, that is the time when people go to sleep. Nowadays, most people go to sleep at that time. I have people across the globe. So I do not always, it is not possible for them always to be in sync with me. So I do my healing sessions at a time which is convenient to me, which I feel is very good for the client. And they need not be tuned to my energy, but it always helps if they are. But even if they are not, the energy will read. So we say Reiki is very intelligent. It knows where to go.
So does the energy come back? You said Reiki is very intelligent. If something is wrong with me, if I'm not accepting it, does the energy come back to you? Do you feel that?
Oh, it is divine. No, it is a divine energy. It is a divine flow of energy. It is
Yeah.
universal. So it will go, it will definitely do something good for you.
Okay.
Right. So it could be a simple thing that it will just fill you with, it is, if I can explain to you in physically, it will be like a wave of love, a wave of divine intelligence.
So
So
suddenly start
probably you
feeling
will
good.
not feel it.
Do I start feeling good
Most cases,
suddenly?
yes. Most of my cases, people have started feeling good.
Okay.
People who have been suffering for 20 years and have taken 8 months to connect to me. They are aware. I will connect. They have taken 8 months to connect to me. They have within 2 to 3 days, they said, we can feel certain things.
During this COVID period, one heard a lot about stress levels being increasing and work from
Yeah.
home, etc. Because most people, of course, more than 80% of Indians live in small homes. Of course,
Yes.
half the people
Space
don't
has
have
been a
homes.
constraint.
Space has been a
Yes.
constraint. Working from home, managing the families, etc. It also causes a lot of stress and strain. So during this stressful time, has your clientele increased? Have a lot of more people have started consulting you?
So I wouldn't say it has increased. The demand has increased. The knowledge has increased. The awareness has increased. But it has not resulted in increased clients for me.
Okay, fine. Let's leave it at that. I
And there
mean,
were financial constraints also for some people.
okay. Okay, now that you said the financial part of it, how does how do people charge? Like you charge for the medical consultancies, you charge different doctors
So
charge different
actually, there
fees.
is no parity. Yeah,
Oh,
there is no parity. People charge as per their worth. So if I value my work, I value my skill set. I value myself. I know what is my worth. I charge according to my plans. There are some people who feel that it is to be done free of cost. Though my guru had taught me that Reiki is never to be done free of cost. There has to be an energy exchange.
yeah.
Energy exchange can be in the form of money or it could be something else. Like
Okay.
for my children, when I give Reiki to them, I do not give them free of cost. I always tell my child that, make a cup of tea for me.
Okay.
So I make them get up from their couch, prepare a cup of tea. So they are using their energy to make that tea, which is an energy exchange for the healing that I have given to them.
In corporate world, they say there's nothing like a free lunch. So you say there's nothing like a free Reiki.
Absolutely. And see, you would say
And of
that,
course,
even the
anything given
small
free has no
price
value. No, anything
has
given
no
free has no
value. Yes,
value.
absolutely.
लोगों को लगता है कि दान दे रहे हो, no, दान,
See,
why
that
should
also I do. I do have free healing sessions also. In lieu of that, the free healing that you take, so I ask people, I urge people to go and feed a poor person. So I
okay,
run a campaign called Food for All, where I am doing a small contribution from my side towards zero hunger. So on those particular days, I ask all the people who take free healings, please go out and feed one poor person. It could be a 10 rupee biscuit packet, but just go and feed. Go out and feed them, or a
lot of
stray for that matter.
lot of my viewers might ask, if you charge, what could be the range? Is that if there is, on a scale says, does it start from X amount to X amount? What is the minimum, maximum? Can you disclose? I don't want to talk about.
No, you can give them my number.
All right, all right, all right. No, I know I will not run down the scroll here, but nonetheless, ठीक है.
Yeah,
I can always give them your number for anyway. I
yeah,
leave the contact details for them for
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
to contact you.
See,
Now tell us
actually,
some.
what
Yeah.
happened is there are people who have a lot of money, they need the healing, but they have a poverty mindset. There is always a lack. They don't want to pay. And there are people who really need healing and they can't pay. So, I can't have a fixed charge. Somebody who badly needs it, and I know I can see that person cannot pay. I can make out who can pay, who cannot pay. This
Yeah.
23 years, I have understood this much. So, there is a differential pricing which has to be done for people who really need it. That's why I do the free healing sessions. I have the lower versions also.
No, there are people who can pay, cannot pay, and there are people who want to pay and don't want to pay also.
Yeah.
Tell us something about the your recent camps, for the cancer patients, how it happened and.
So we know that October is known as Pink October. It is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So this month we did a lot of awareness campaigns. We did a lot of webinars and Instagram live shows, and I have my own closed group. So where I had done certain Zoom sessions and telling people that, we feel very scared of the C word.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be scared of. It is very easy for me to say, but this is what we do, is that first and foremost is to accept it.
Yeah.
When a person has been diagnosed with cancer, first thing is a state of shock, the denial,
Yes.
the anger. So we say first you have to accept, embrace it. And then it is not only for the patient, the cancer patient, it is also
Family.
for the caregiver. It is
Yeah.
also for the family members, because they are all, the world has become upside down.
Yes.
Financially, physically, mentally, everywhere they are totally in a lower state. So we work with the entire team. We tell them how to accept, how to stay calm. We teach them mindfulness. We urge people to learn Reiki. They can come to us for sessions, but why not empower them? Let them be empowered with the gift of any energy healing modality and heal yourself. So that is what these campaigns were all about. If you're diagnosed with cancer, there are solutions. There is a doctor. So what we do is our work is always in conjunction with your proper medical
Okay.
treatment that is going on. So what happens is you are more calm, you're relaxed, your mind opens up, your body opens up to the energy, the radio, the chemotherapy sessions which are done. So the after effects of a chemotherapy session starts reducing. You are more relaxed, the anxiety, the pain, they get reduced.
Which are the other major issues that you have handled during your practice,
So
or which is the most
currently,
common, or which is the most common?
So the most common currently, there are two things that I can talk of. There are very small, young teenagers
Yeah.
who have severe amount of anxiety and they want to self-harm. This is the highest case that I'm getting currently, mostly teenagers in the age group of say 14 to 16.
Okay.
And the other one is women who have been doing a lot in their life and they have not got their due and they are very upset about it.
Okay.
So what we have realized is that self-love is lacking. We always look up to others for love and appreciation, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. Do you love yourself?
Yeah.
If you do not love yourself, then how can you expect the entire world to love you? And you do not need the entire world to love you if you feel that, I'm worth it. Before you end, I would like to express my gratitude to you
Not at
because,
all. My pleasure. My
thank you for
pleasure.
having me. Thank you for having me over here, giving
Thank
me
you.
this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay. Namaskar. Stay safe.
See you too.